Brand valuation is a key investment for companies. And the reason is it really is a prognosticator as to what's to come in the future for that brand. By understanding the financial underpinnings of a brand, understanding how it can be leveraged, understand what different markets it can move into. Maybe that brand could be licensed to do something else. By understanding what the value is and the value of that brand gives us the vision to say, we can move into this direction and this direction, and it might even give us some ideas as to different markets that we can go into. Not only the segments that we're currently marketing to, but potentially other segments in the industry. So not only looking maybe at product line extensions, which is the obvious and the key when we look at brand valuation, we also can look at moving into different places. And it may not be involved in creating an investment, a major investment for that client. That client may look to out-license that to a company that does something different, and then in turn will market it and return a royalty back to that client. So there's many different dimensions to brand valuation that can contribute to really optimizing what the value of that brand can be in the future. So an example of brand valuation where it can be valuable to an organization, a particular case study I can share with you. Private equity firm came to us and said, we are acquiring 3 different companies in the wound care space. So we're putting those 3 companies together, and as private equity firms do, they believe that 1 and 1 and 1 is going to equal 5 instead of 3. So one of the things that we did is came in and did a brand valuation on these 3 company identities that they were about to acquire, because we wanted to make sure that we can deliver their 5 instead of the 3. And we did so, in fact, doing a roll-up strategy that this private equity firm did, because their intent was to put the company together, maybe 12, 18, 24 months, flip it for a large profit. This case of these 3 wound care companies, the name that we ultimately settled on was Acelity, Acelity. And if you think about Acelity, what do we think about? Acceleration, speed. If you think about wound care, what do we want to think about? How fast can we get healed, right? So ironically, Acelity was the name out of 100 names that they chose from what we created. And 18 months after they put the roll up together, they sold to 3M for their 5, if not a 6 or a 7. So it was a private transaction, but we pretty much knew what occurred. So there's an example of creating a model for brand valuation of 3 key, really these names are assets, of these 3 wound care companies to get the private equity firm to the objective they were looking for.